For many years we've had a green club in our school. I've been running it for quite a long time. I love getting the children interested and seeing their knowledge and enthusiasm grow.
Maple. It's like a flag.
We've got a lot of hedgerows and we've planted quite a few over the years so that we can make sure that there's a real corridor of hedgerow going right around the school grounds so that nature can find its way all the way around.
It's really fuzzy.
We've always had gardens that are sort of down the end of the field. It really needed to come closer so that the children could plant seeds and plants and they would be able to see the seeds growing, the plants growing, and then also be involved in harvesting it and using it in their cooking projects for healthy schools. So that's worked really well, and I was able to get funding with the help of school business manager and the school association, funding for new garden beds and also a lovely big polytunnel, which has been fantastic for sort of extending our growing period of time that we can grow things and also for growing more tender plants.
In Green Club we've planted lots of lovely colourful plants. The thing that I learnt is which way to put a bulb up.
We've also added flowers for pollinators this year, for example cosmos, which the bees absolutely love. We also have a mini orchard which is fantastic for birds and wildlife. The children absolutely love it as well. We have also used the apples that we've grown in our cooking projects in school, and the school kitchen have also taken them and made wonderful apple muffins as well, which has been lovely. Over the years we've planted a lot of trees in the school grounds. We've got trees from the One Tree Per Child project run by Bristol City Council, and we've also planted trees through the Queen's Green Canopy as well.
The maple tree, that's that one, we got from, I think it was the Queen last year. We need to make sure that we keep planting things, otherwise we'll get more greenhouse gases and climate change. It will save the planet if we plant more trees because they breathe in the bad air and then they let out the air we need to survive.
We've had a problem with ash dieback in a particular area on the school field, and so we've lost a few lovely trees there. But we've been able, with the help of Phil, our grounds manager, we've been able to plant a lovely new maple tree to replace the trees in that area.
I've been involved in Horfield Primary School here for about 10 years. Around us now we've got a veteran ash here, which is just the most incredible tree that we've been able to look after. Funding guarantee from the school because we recognise the fact that it needs protecting and looking after. We're creating tall grass and herb areas which have got an enormous amount of biodiversity in them. Day flying moths, we've got mason bees in here. We've all been guilty of cutting grass on an increased frequency which doesn't actually help the environment at all. We drive out biodiversity, and if we can get some more urban meadows into this site, that would be a real winner.
The children here are absolutely fascinated by wildlife. They've got an amazing school grounds to explore and learn from. They are very keen to do what they can for nature. I think as a school we inspire them through our worship times, through our art, through our curriculum, our science curriculum. We do lots of singing about nature.
A-B-U-G, A-B-U-G, everywhere I look I see a B-U-G. They live under the flower pot, they live under the ground, they live inside the tunnel, crawling all around. A-B-U-G.
We've got a brilliant school pond which has been used for many years. We developed it so that it had more plants and also had a really good seating area and dipping platform there. But over the years that's become slippery and started to rot, and we've had to get it taken away. Luckily our head teacher has been able to get some funding to get the pond redone, so that now we'll be able to recreate our seating area, our dipping platform areas, so that the children are more able to access the pond for wildlife.
They hide under the earth, they love visiting Horfield, do.
They create most fantastic art around nature, so they're very inspired, and our teachers are very inspired too.
This is our council board. Each month we do a different thing for the Eco Council. So March, we have March to School March. Then we have Animal April, so you talk all about the animals. Then Makeover May, No Plastic November, Jumping Out June, Just Save the Water July, Feed the Birds February, Switch Off January, Decoration December.
We also have a very active forest school club in this school. They've become very good at identifying flora and fauna. They've created log piles and stone piles. They've got a little wildflower area going. They've also been working on very considerately foraging blackberries and nettles and dandelions, and they've been coppicing and using some of their wood for creating kites and puppets. The children are gaining a lot of knowledge about nature from the forest school. One activity we had recently was where all the children were able to have a session with the Explorer Dome. We got funding for this from our award for the Science Teacher of the Year, which was awarded to our assistant head, Mrs. Cunningham. And we were able to get all the children to work on renewable energy with our resident engineer, Mr. Grant, and decide what would be the best form of renewable energy to power our new reading cabin.
When the wind blows, it makes the windmill spin round, and then that makes energy and powers the light. And also, we had this big science experiment that's testing loads of different things to try and get if they have power. And the ones that were the best were solar panels and windmills. The sun goes onto the solar panel, and then the solar panel generates electricity all the way to a light bulb, and then because the sun is really bright, then it makes the light bulb bright.
We like our learning about nature to be meaningful, to be real, hands-on, actually being involved themselves, because it's so much more meaningful for them and so memorable, and they really feel like they're contributing to saving the planet, as they say, encouraging more nature into school grounds but also into the wider world.